Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm starving for content, so we're recording in my car. That's the only reason I'm recording. I'm just kidding. We're actually gonna go do something really fun this evening. So last night, we keep talking about we're gonna get her signed up, you guys know her. We're gonna get her signed up for the MSF like beginner course, and we just haven't. And last night I'm like, fuck it, let's sign you up. Went in there, got online, signed her up for the course. My payment kept failing online, which is actually a blessing in disguise because it was 250 bucks. When I called to ask what the hell was going on, it was some kind of internal problem. Anyway, because I'm a veteran, he asked. I don't usually air that shit out because I'm not that way. He goes, are you a veteran? Yes. I got it for 140 bucks. So I got $110 off of that. And so I said, you know what? In addition to signing you up for the Motorcycle Safety Foundation Learning Beginner Rider Brand New Never Been on a Motorcycle Before course, I said, we're gonna get you a motorcycle before you finish. That way it's there, it's a motivator, it's done. I started looking last night. We're gonna go look at our first one tonight. We pulled cash out for it just in case we fall in love with it because it's an hour and a half away. I don't wanna have to dick with that later on. Yeah, we'll see it when we get down there. I'm not gonna talk too much on here because I want to do more about motorcycle if we get it. I mean, I'll show the motorcycle on camera, but it's a 1988 Softail. I don't want to call it anything yet except for a Softail because it's listed, the guy has it listed as a 1988 Heritage Softail. Maybe it is. I don't know everything about Harleys, but when I look at it, that's a fat boy. The problem with calling it a fat boy, as my buddy Ken pointed out last night, they didn't make fat boys in 1988. But this thing has a solid rear wheel. It has the very telltale front fender. It has the telltale front end around the headlight, the shroud. So there's nothing on that motorcycle that says Heritage on it. Everything to me says Fat Boy. So I'm gonna run the VIN when I see it to see what it is. But either way, it's an 80-inch Evo. I like those bikes. It has around 18,000 miles, he says. It does have a new odometer, which means back then it could be any mileage. It could be 118,000 miles for all I know. But we're gonna go check it out. We'll see you down there. Come along, let's enjoy the ride. Okay, so this is why you don't make plans in the evening in Florida, right here. We just went through some torrential ass downpours, but we're not far away. A couple miles, 3.5 miles from this guy's place, and if we like it, I'm gonna have to make a call on what I'm gonna do about riding it home. I mean, I'll probably just muscle through and be fucking miserable the whole time, just like the rest of my life, but I'm just kidding. I just said that for comedic effect, but I don't think, she didn't think it was too funny, so elbow. You're gonna say hi? Okay, nice, she's saying hi, so. Okay, here we are again. This is the Mike Branch Drives Sometimes channel. And Verity Branch Drives.
Mom and Dad.
You don't? I drove 2 nights ago. That's not all the time. I do my fair share. I do more than half of the driving. It's not true at all. As per the usual arrangement, I am kind of nursing a hangover here this morning, so yay. We went and looked at that Evo on Thursday. That was Thursday, right? Friday night. Oh, today's Sunday, so Friday night. And yeah, if you follow on Instagram, you'll have already seen what I was talking about. But I'm glad that my buddy Saddle Tramp video chatted me the other day. But I just sent him a quick message about, hey, what should I look for? And he told me about all these things, little things to look at on those things. He said, listen for a knock. My other buddy Ross told me that too. He said, look at the buttons, you know, to see if they're all worn out. If they're all worn out, he goes, a good chance it doesn't really have 18,000 miles. Well, you got there, man, those buttons were like way worn out. The front cylinder knocked like hell. The starter took forever to disengage. That was kind of weird. The black paint on the engine looked like, I don't know. It was probably a bike that was worth buying for somebody at, you know, $2 grand, $2,500, but it's not something that I wanted to get into as a first bike for her, because it would need immediate work, and then, I mean, it's an old Evo Harley, so it'd probably break down on her all the time. I don't know, so that way, yeah, she could have that experience. But anyway, to make a short story long, so now we are on our way to go look at a Sportster, which is almost like the inevitable bike around here. I mean, it's Florida, there's the South, there's Harleys everywhere. You know, I really kind of wanted to get her into a Shadow or a Triumph or Kawasaki even. And you know, we may not even pick up this Sportster, but there's a good chance we will because the price looks to be about right. So she might end up a Harley girl, which she'll immediately need to get a leather vest, a bandana, some rings, and those little pants that have like the bedazzled butt crosses on them, and walk around saying "Hell yeah, brother!" like all the time. It's wild. You excited for that?
No.
You excited for getting the motorcycle soon?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too excited, and then, I mean, until I actually have one and learn to ride it. But.
Yeah, so we got some plans on that. I told you about the rider course the other day, but we got some other plans between now and then, and we'll talk to you about that more in a little bit. We'll see you down the road. Okay, so I am editing this video now that I'm putting this into, and I'm looking through the footage here, and apparently I didn't record anything between this moment and later that evening. So we went to look at that Sportster that I talked about here. It was in great shape, man. It was 2005, I believe. The dude wanted $2,900 for it. The paint looked clean, the frame, everything looked so clean, but it had 78,000 miles on it. And for a Honda, sure, 78,000 miles, like by Goldwing, whatever. For a Harley, nah, I didn't get the warm and fuzzies over that. So we passed. We passed on that bike. On the way out from looking at that Sportster, I came across the ad that would pretty much dictate the rest of our day. So stay tuned. All right, so finally, looking at different bikes, whatever, we finally found the one. Needs a little bit of work, but it's running fine. It's got some electrical things that we have to work on, but otherwise, I'll show you what it is here in a second. How do you feel about it?
I love it. Hey, I love it so much.
It's pretty sexy. Now, I'm soaked to the bone. Absolutely soaked.
I'm not.
No, because she's driving the car. Hey, somebody has to suffer. Might as well be me. But I'll show you. It's this little guy right here. Look at this thing. The best part about it is this is custom. That's custom. It's got titties on it and everything. It's a 2000 Honda 750 Shadow. They spray painted the fuck out of this thing. And because I just rode in the rain, pretty hard rain, some of it's coming off, but I don't really mind. I mean, for a couple grand, what do you expect? It's awesome. It's loud as shit, but look at that grin. Look at that grin. This is her motorcycle. I'm riding it home, but it's her motorcycle, so I'm happy for her. Let's get inside. We found this spot called Gators Bar and Grill. Grab some grub. Let's do it. So we're at this spot, Gators. We're in Port Charlotte, which is where, I believe that's where Bert's Black Widow Harley Davidson is. I think it's where Josh comes down to every now and then. Food's not bad. It's a really, really busy place. It's almost like there's not a whole lot going on in this town except for this spot. 2 bikes here. The Shadow. We gotta come up with a name for it. Right now I'm calling it Francis. Got wings, as usual. Let's see how they are. Cheated because I already had some. Actually superb.
Superb.
A problem that I have with a lot of wing places, they're not cooked all the way. These are cooked all the way, so automatic superb tier just for fucking cooking the chicken all the way. I'm not trying to get salmonella.
I'd give you a kiss, but okay. I want to stay on 41 as long as I can. All right, boys and girls, I want you to notice how beautiful it is out here, this Florida sunset. I want you to notice how I'm still soaking wet after an hour of being in this little bar and grill here. One of the first gremlins I have noticed about this motorcycle is that the starter button is hit or miss. Come on. Yeah. We'll probably need a new starter button. Or... yeah, come on now. Kill the battery. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, baby. We're definitely going to have to figure out this fucking gremlins, man. Whatever's going on there. Jesus Lord. Sounds like, even if it's not a Harley. Ugh. Woo. So it's summertime. Okay, slight technical difficulty. I had to pull over. On all my other bikes I've ever had in my life, I've got mirrors, so I couldn't see what was going on. There we go, here we go. I have no idea what was said. That I missed because I don't know how long that was unplugged. So we'll start over. I had to make a quick pit stop because I unplugged one of my wires to my microphone. Okay, here she goes. All right. Yeah, man. Hopefully it stays kind of like this the whole way. I'm very cold, believe it or not, for being the end of June in Florida. I got so wet in the rain the first 25 miles of this little trip that you know, it drops down to, what is it, 75 degrees? Yeah, and it's just cold going through here, even 55 miles an hour. Anyway, I've carried you guys along with me this whole weekend. This is the first weekend that we've looked at bikes for her, and I kind of knew that if I stayed diligent over the weekend that we'd find something for her. And we looked at, you know, we looked at Evo. That really didn't work out. You guys didn't see the bikes this weekend as we went around because I didn't know the people. I didn't want to pull out a camera and say, hey, let me shoot video of your bike, even though you don't know who the hell I am. You know what I mean? The first Evo, I mean, it just, there's no way it only had 18,000 miles. The front cylinder was knocking. Even the wife told me, she noticed when I told the guy, hey, this thing's got a knock. He's just kind of like, yeah. Like, he knew. Like, if you already knew, why did you let me come all the way out there? You know what I mean? And then the one we looked at this morning, well, it was absolutely very, very well kept. It was beautiful for a 2005. It's like, well, it's got 78,000 miles for a Harley. And before you get your panties in a wad, all the Harley people out there, I know there are Harleys out there that are getting some good mileage. Some. But objectively, you have to know that's the exception, not the rule. So, yeah, it made me a little bit nervous looking at a 78,000 mile Harley Davidson. Not going to lie. As well as it was maintained, I mean, the thing was fucking beautiful. And it even had an inspection report from Brandon Harley from last year, where they checked everything and it was good to go. So, yeah, on the way out of Ruskin, which is a little town on the south side of the Tampa Bay area, I saw this one posted and I'm like, yeah, this is what she's going to want, because she knew immediately when I got my bobber, or even before that, this is her favorite style of motorcycle. Thankfully, my wife, I mean, she has no reason to be a brand snob, but I was a brand snob for Harley Davidson before I even owned a motorcycle. I knew that the pinnacle of motorcycle ownership was Harley frickin' Davidson. She's not that way. She's like, I don't give a shit, man. If it looks cool and it's fun, that's what I want. That's the spirit. That is the spirit. So here we are. Honda Shadow. I've grown really fond of Hondas, you know, over the last year or so, especially with, you know, the two Goldwings that I've had. Most notably the newest one, the one that I take around. This is great, man. I mean, whoever did this paint, they painted over everything. That's fine. It looks kind of cool blacked out. But I'll show you tomorrow morning or something in the daylight that it's a pretty shitty paint, because all I did was ride into the rain and most of the paint is gone off the front forks. So, why'd you do that? Because I don't know what paint it is, and I want to match it. Man, I wish I had mirrors. Mirrors, turn signals will be addressed really soon. This is a looker, though. This bike, yeah, we're at this Gators back there. So there's my bike parked there, and there's a Dyna Super Glide, a Harley frickin' Davidson, and that was a very busy bar, and there were a lot of people who stopped to take a second and third look at this bike. You know why? Because it looks different. It's different. It could be just that it's a bobber. You know, I mean, if you make a Harley a bobber, people are going to stop and look at it. But it's not a Harley. And that's what I like more about it. And again, I've said it so many times, I don't have anything against Harley. I really don't. I got no problem riding a Harley Davidson, going to a Harley Davidson dealership, anything Harley. I really don't. What I have a problem with is the same attitude that I had, you know, years ago. Not even that many years ago. The attitude that if you're not riding a Harley Davidson, you know, you suck. It's the same. I'm going to tell you what that reminds me of. Kids nowadays in high school, if you don't have an iPhone, if you have the Android that costs more than your iPhone or equivalent to your iPhone, you're poor. There's like this brand mentality, or somehow the brand of motorcycle that you ride makes you tough. Man. Yeah, if you're one of those guys, I'm sorry about whatever happened to you in your life that made you believe such nonsense. Can you hear it? Oh, man. This sounds great, man. Little V-twin 750. This sounds fucking beefy. I love the sound of a V-twin. I do. I don't care if it's a Harley, a Honda, Yamaha, whatever. Sound of a V-twin fucking rocks. Woo! I'm on the edge of this seat, though. I don't like this seat. She's going to be really comfortable on it. She's a lot shorter than I am. But me, I'm going to be hurting. I've got about 100 miles to ride on this thing tonight. I'm going to be fucking hurting. All right, well, it's either going to get dark soon or about to rain on me or both. So I'm going to end this one right here. We'll see you up the road. Probably not until I get back to the house or until I make a gas stop. See ya.
Okay, welcome back. It has been 10 days since we picked up a Shadow. We had the long 4th of July weekend since then. So it's now Wednesday, July 6th, and just now able to get to the Shadow. Unfortunately, that's nasty. So we're gonna see what we can do. Let me give you a nice little walk around before it starts raining, because I know it's gonna start raining. So the person flat blacked it all around, and it looked really good in the pictures, as they always do, but I didn't realize how shitty of a job he did painting. I rode home, like I said, 100 miles of rain, and the first 20 miles, the rain already peeled all that off, you know, just from the pressure of it, or just from the impact of it. They didn't bother to mount a seat properly on this thing, so what they did was they put this, let it lay flat on this bar they welded off. I don't like that. I'm grinding this off. I ordered her a new seat kit with a proper pan and spring. I'm gonna cut those off, put that on. It's gonna be a lot better. With that seat kit is gonna come 2 brackets here that will mount taillights. We're gonna get rid of this thing. It's all bent up anyway. So instead of having one taillight with no blinkers, we're gonna have the bullet style here that are your running, your brake, and your blinkers. Tonight I was gonna start on the air filter, oil change, etc. This weekend I need to get to the radiator, because I can see the reservoir and there's no coolant in it. Right down there. Another thing they did was took off all mirrors, which I was fine with for the most part on the way home until I started getting around some traffic, and then it was just plain scary, because every time I looked, or every time I changed lanes, I had to look completely over my shoulder instead of just a glance. So that was kind of whatever. I bought new mirrors. I'm going to put those in. This side, going to be no problem. This side, they filled it in with some kind of something. So I got to make sure that's nice and cleaned out. And then last but not least, we got our registration. The person is from Jersey. They put on a Jersey temporary tag. We're going to put our new tag on. At least I want to get the mirrors and the tag on this evening before it starts raining on me. I don't want to be halfway through with an oil change and have it start pouring down. So let's get started on that. Okay, this is the first time she's working on her bike. I'm just out here for moral support and guidance and beer drinking. Probably not beer drinking, I'm not in the mood for it. How you feel about the shadow so far?
I like it.
Yeah?
Mommy.
Want to figure out how to ride it?
Yeah, so she has her course in
Okay, get down.
2.5 weeks. And so between now and then, I want to get her out on here to try to at least learn friction zone, whatnot. But today, she's putting on the mirror, and I want to see if she can put on the license plate. I am going to have to curve it, bend it, whatever, so that might be a little tricky. I might have to use my super manly, masculine strength to help out, but we'll find out. Here she goes. She's a mechanic now.
Because I can put a mirror on?
Because you can put a mirror on. Hell yeah. All right. Does it go another full turn or no?
It's like that.
Perfect. Okay, so it does. All right, so you can adjust that. So find this wrench. It might be a 12 or a 14. Okay, that feels good. All right, perfect. That's on there good. All right, now we'll get the other one.
No, sir.
We're gonna put the other one on, and we'll see in a minute. All right, so she's working on this air cleaner cover. We got these mirrors on. I actually like these. I was kind of worried after I got them that I wasn't gonna like them. One thing that is still to be determined is how I'm gonna like this blue tinted glass. Well, I guess it doesn't matter what I like. It matters what she likes. So if not, the mirrors were 20 bucks on Amazon. So it's like really no harm, no foul. There's supposed to be liquid coming out.
It's like water maybe?
So because we rode in the rain for 100 miles, a lot of times the air boxes will get air inside or water inside of there in the rain, which kind of sucks. Let's see what this air filter looks like. We're getting there, boys.
All the clothes.
Careful.
I don't need them.
Hey, good news!
You need Mom.
It's got a K&N filter. You know what that means?
Yeah, you know what that means.
I don't know.
That means I can return this filter and I can clean this out with that stuff I bought for the one that was on my Goldwing.
Oh.
What sucks is I don't really want to try to clean that right now because this weather, don't know what it's going to do, but it looks like Wizard of Oz kind of shit right here. So we'll find out. All right, so I put the shadow back in here and I got the Goldwing warmed up because if that shit starts coming down, I want to be able to move the bikes in really quick. We discovered that it was a K&N filter inside the bike, which is great. I just bought that K&N cleaning kit a couple of months ago when the guys were over helping me do my Goldwing stuff. So I just rinsed it out. Just got the air compressor out. We're gonna blow it dry on some low pressure. I don't know, maybe 40 PSI or something. And then we'll oil it up and put it back in the bike. She's pretty much done everything so far. I've helped here and there. I sprayed it. I had rinsed this off. After the fact, I said, oh shit, I should have had you do it. But she's getting her hands dirty and I like it. Okay, so we are at a stopping point and I took my glasses off. What did we get done today?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. We got the mirrors on, we got the license plate done, and we got the air filter cleaned. But days like today, like I was telling her, while we didn't get an actual lot of maintenance done, this was my first time and definitely her first time on the Shadow. So it gave me an idea, lots of ideas on where I needed to be on this. I'm going to return the air filter. I'm going to return one of the sets of lights that I ordered for the front because the clamps that I bought for it aren't going to fit. I'm going to have to go get an air filter or an oil filter, like channel locks. I don't know what they're called, whatever, because I can't get to, I can't get any leverage. I don't want to poke it with a screwdriver because I don't want the mess everywhere on my driveway. So we're going to leave this one right here as it is, and then we'll come back this weekend, get started on more things, and then we'll go out on another test ride. Excited?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm excited too. So thanks for coming along. Until next time, we'll see you later.